David Wygant, 10 Minutes of Reality, changing your life, changing your reality. Real self-help that doesn't suck, because most self-help sucks. Narcissism, bipolar, borderline personality disorders. There's a lot of buzzwords going on out there in the dating world. Every day someone comes to me and says, I dated a narcissist. I said, great, I've dated narcissists too. I know what it's like. It's the worst thing in the world. You have PTND, post-traumatic narcissist disorder, after you're done with them. And once you've been with a narcissist, you realize that it is one of the most difficult challenges to come back from, because they are manipulative, they fuck with your mind, and they're constantly reminding you about how weak you are. They like to bring you down. But we all get caught, and some of you are narcissists thinking like, oh yeah, sure. Narcissists never even know they're narcissists. They're covert narcissists, they're undercover narcissists, they're just plain and simple. Nobody ever walks around and says, hey, Michael, I'm a narcissist. I'm going to fuck with your mind. I have met narcissists, I've actually coached narcissists, and I've actually told them they're narcissists, and I've actually given them the 10 traits of narcissism, and they look at me and they deny it all the way, because narcissists are amazing at denying things. They never take responsibility for anything. That's the first trait of a narcissist. So we've all been down that road. We've all been down there, okay? Whatever, all right? There are all types of personality disorders running around this world. There's the insecure, there's the narcissist, there's the bipolar, there's the manic depressed. I mean, whatever, people, wake up. It doesn't matter. It's an experience that you had. It's not going to ruin you for the rest of your life at all. As a matter of fact, you want to embrace it. You want to say to yourself, well, at least I got the crazy person out of the way. Yes, that's the new way to reframe it. I got the crazy person out of the way. It feels so good. I dated a narcissist. I dated a bipolar person. Shit, I dated a manic depressed. I dated a crazy person. And you know what? I got it out of the way. It doesn't mean that another one's going to come running in, knocking on the door. Ding dong, who is it? Narcissist, bipolar, crazy motherfucker. Come on, let me in. I want to give you round 2. You didn't learn round 1 with the last one. See, in life, the universe gives us all types of people, because there's all types of people that are out there. It doesn't mean that the narcissists and the bipolars and the manic depressed and everything else aren't good people inherently. It's just they've got some type of psychological disorder. Read up on it. I'm not going to give you textbooks of what all these personality disorders are all about. There's plenty of books on that subject matter. But what I'm saying is that people have their shit. People have their experiences. People had fucked up childhood. People have programming that doesn't suit them, that's wrong. It is what it is, and you happen to have run into them. It doesn't mean that they didn't have feelings for you. It didn't mean that they didn't want to have a relationship with you. They gave you whatever they could have given you, which was the best they could have given you. And they gave you the most valuable thing, a lesson. You don't need to have PTPD, post-traumatic personality disorder syndrome. I added the S in there at the end because I thought it sounded a lot better than PTPD. PTPD sounded almost like, like some type of police force. Hello, my name is Officer David Wygant from PTPD. Sounded something really bizarre there. Everything is a lesson. People show up to give you a lesson, but one of the greatest things, and this is something that I want you to think about as you're trashing the personality disorder person that you went with, and you're thinking that everybody else has a personality disorder, I want you to literally reframe something inside your brain and inside your mind. It doesn't happen again because you're going to practice something that we all need to practice, which is called loving yourself. You see, you weren't ready to have a healthy, full-on relationship, so the universe gave you a personality disorder to deal with, because in reality, you still have a personality disorder as well. You have lessons that you need to learn. You have childhood stuff that you need to reframe. You have self-love that you need to practice. Because if you really loved yourself and you ran up against a personality disorder person, I don't care if the person was the most gorgeous man or woman you've ever seen in your entire life, and they rocked your world sexually like never before, and you had orgasms that made fucking the San Andreas Fault fucking quake. You got hotter than the fires that happened in Southern California and Northern California in January and December. You haven't learned your lesson. Because you haven't practiced enough self-love. You haven't loved yourself enough. And you don't have enough relationship experience to say no to crazy. And that's really where it comes down to. You don't know how to say no to crazy because you're still trying to validate yourself by saying that that person was hot or perfect on paper or they look great or they have a great job. The thing is, crazy always shows themselves immediately. Crazy can't control crazy. Crazy doesn't know how to hide crazy. Crazy doesn't even know they're crazy. Sometimes crazy will tell you that they like drama, and you'll think to yourself, well, really, you like drama? Sure, it's fun, it's great. We can fuck after we have a little bit of drama. But I'm not crazy. Crazy will never admit they're crazy. No one's ever going to look at you when you meet them on the first date after you've swiped them and say, you know what? I might look hot on the outside, but goddamn, I am crazy on the inside. As crazy can come. Crazy people, when you confront them, or personality disorder people, when you confront them, they deny it. They're never the ones going for help. They don't believe in therapy. They're not going to go to therapy. They're not willing to go to therapy, and they're not willing to grow and learn. So you got into the trap of the physicalness of somebody, usually is what happens. Usually when you allow crazy to come in your life, you've gotten into the physical side. It's your dick or your clit, basically really validating. You're thinking with your little head and not your big head. You're allowing the oxytocin, or maybe you don't think you deserve something, or maybe they're the best looking person you've ever been with, and you never felt like you can be with somebody like that, and you can't believe you're actually having the opportunity to be with somebody who's so goddamn hot. So you allow the personality disorder to slide. You give them a personality disorder pass. It's almost like they pass go all the time. And you give them an extra $200 every single time. You do things that are absolutely nuts. You travel with them, you do stuff, you live outside your means, whatever it might be, because you don't feel like you actually deserve that great relationship, because now you finally met somebody who physically blows you away, but mentally you don't really see them at all. It's that physical mask that usually fucks us up more than anything. And it's not working through some of our own childhood issues, our relationship with our parents, how we're emotionally blocked, what happened during childhood. You don't explore that avenue, you're going to have it exposed to you in adulthood. Because most of us spend our entire adult literally reframing and reliving our childhood all over again. If you had a shitty relationship with your mother and you didn't feel safe and you didn't feel secure and attached, I guarantee you'll have some shitty-ass relationships with women, if you're a man, in order you feel safe on your own. If you're a woman that never got to attach with your father as a kid, you're going to be using men to attach, usually dating older guys, father figures, till you can finally find a way to feel safe on your own. We use people for experiences. So if you have a bad experience, embrace the bad experience. Look in the mirror. Don't blame them at all. They showed up for a reason. Don't waste that experience that you had. Don't blame them. Don't create a story about how they weren't emotionally ready for you yet. Victim. Don't create a story where, you did everything and you just can't believe that they just would return the love. Victim. Don't create stories, because stories are victim stories. Every time you put yourself in a story, you're either the hero or the victim. Why even create a story, and why not just embrace the experience? The experience is what matters. When you embrace the experience, you're embracing the gift that was given to you, and you're not going to be scared to move forward. Life is all about falling forward. It's one of my favorite terms. In life, when we fall forward, we move forward. In life, when we fall backwards, we're falling back into the past. So for those of you that are still thinking about the past, you're falling backward into the past. For people like me and the rest of you that are listening, you're always all about falling forward. Every day you fall forward, you basically thank the universe for giving you the people that came into your life, personality disorder and all, and you say to yourself, that was a wonderful lesson and an opportunity for me to love myself more. Because when you love yourself more, you'll meet your equal. Life is an endless journey. I can give you every cliche imaginable. Life is a winding road. Thank you, Sheryl Crow. I can list song after song, and everything they say is 100% true. It's an endless road. Every day you get on that road, you decide to live, you decide to grow, and you keep driving forward. Imagine if the interstates were full of people the way they are emotionally. You'd get on the 405 or the 5 or whatever highway there is, and all of a sudden, you'd get on and cars would be going sideways in circles doing donuts, going backwards and going all over the place. There'd be very few people that were actually moving forward. So if people drove their cars like their emotional life, you would get on every street corner and every car would be going in every different direction. There'd be the person who would be recirculating and talking to their friends nonstop about all these things. And they'd be doing donuts in the middle of the intersection. And you'd be like, What the fuck? Oh, I know what that person's doing. That person is speculating about something, about a relationship. Then somebody is going backwards. And you think to yourself, oh yeah, I don't want to date them because they are thinking about the past and all the personality disorder people and all the relationships they had in the past, and they can't get past it, and they can't get past the fact that they didn't make money, and they can't get past the fact of anything. And then there'd be somebody in that shiny new car, or an old battered car, a car that had patina, and they'd be cruising down the street, driving 10 miles an hour over the speed limit with a smile on their face. That person is the person that you want to be, because that person is you. And that person is you going down life every single day. There's a stoplight, a pause. What do you do at a stoplight? You reflect at that stoplight. And when that light turns green, unless you're in California and you're stoned and you're texting, you have blowjob neck hunched over on your phone, and someone behind you has to honk a horn, most of us will go through that light green. You keep moving down the street every day. Every bump in the road, every pothole in the road, every personality disorder, every relationship, every rejection is another way for you to keep driving that car down the road. Unless you want to be that person that's doing donuts in the middle of the road. It's your choice. Every day you choose to move forward. Fall forward, drive forward, and keep living your life. That's it. For all you circular motherfuckers, do me a favor, post this podcast on everybody's Facebook. For those of you that are driving backwards, I strongly suggest you get some coaching ASAP, because to tell you the truth, if you haven't figured out where the gas pedal is quite yet and you're driving backwards and that you think P is actually R and D is actually R, then you actually know you're going nowhere. The only button you want to know in life is the D button. Press the D button. It has D for David. Isn't that pretty amazing? D is David. David Wiegand is driving you down that road. D is driving. Drive that car, man, because you are that car. I'll see you tomorrow.